In the bustling heart of the city, at a restaurant where the clinking of cutlery was a symphony of wealth, a young waiter named Leo moved with a quiet grace that belied his humble origins. One evening, a man entered, his suit sharper than any knife on the tables, his presence commanding the entire room. This was Mr. Harrison, a billionaire whose name was whispered in circles of power. But tonight, he wasn't here for business. He was here with his son, a 10-year-old boy named Daniel, whose eyes held a universe of unspoken thoughts. For 2 years, Daniel had not uttered a single word. Doctors, specialists, therapists all had failed to unlock the silence that enveloped him. Mr. Harrison, a man who could buy anything he desired, was powerless against his son's quiet world. As Leo approached their table, Mr. Harrison looked at him, a glint of desperation in his eyes. He had noticed the gentle way Leo interacted with other children in the restaurant, the genuine smile that seemed to reach his soul. "You," Mr. Harrison said, his voice low but firm. "I've seen how you are. You have a kindness about you." He gestured towards his son. "This is Daniel. He doesn't speak." He paused, pulling out a platinum card. "Make my son speak, and I'll give you a house. A luxury house, anything you want." Leo was stunned. A house? For making a boy talk? It seemed like a plot from a movie. But looking at Daniel, who was meticulously arranging his silverware, Leo didn't see a challenge or a prize. He saw a lonely child. Leo smiled warmly at Daniel, ignoring the billionaire's offer. "That's a very neat castle you're building," he said softly, pointing to the fork and spoon fortress. Daniel's hands stilled. He glanced up, his gaze meeting Leo's for a fleeting second before darting away. Over the next few weeks, Mr. Harrison and Daniel became regulars. Leo never tried to force Daniel to speak. Instead, he shared his own world. He'd bring a small, smooth stone from his pocket and tell Daniel about the river where he found it. He'd fold a napkin into a paper crane, leaving it on the table without a word. Leo treated Daniel not as a problem to be solved, but as a friend. He didn't ask questions. He simply shared moments. He'd talk about his dream of opening a small bakery, the smell of fresh bread, the joy of creating something with his own hands. He spoke of simple things that had nothing to do with money or power. One evening, as Leo was describing a stray cat he'd befriended, he mimicked the cat's tiny meow. A small sound, almost a whisper, came from across the table. He has a name?" The voice was hesitant, fragile, but it was unmistakably Daniel's. Mr. Harrison froze, his fork clattering onto his plate. Tears welled up in his eyes. Leo's heart soared, but he kept his composure, his smile gentle as ever. "He does," Leo replied, his voice soft. "I call him Sparky, because his eyes sparkle in the sun." "What do you think we should name him?" Daniel looked at his father, then back at Leo, a tiny, hesitant smile gracing his lips. "Leo," he whispered, "like you." That night, the silence was broken, not by a grand gesture or a medical miracle, but by a simple act of genuine connection. The next day, Mr. Harrison handed Leo a set of keys and a deed. "A promise is a promise," he said, his voice thick with emotion. But Leo gently pushed them back. "Sir, the greatest reward was hearing his voice," Leo said. "But I do have a dream of a small bakery. Maybe you could help with that instead?" Mr. Harrison looked from the keys to the earnest young waiter, and for the first time in a long time he understood. Some things couldn't be bought, but they could be invested in. Today, in a cozy corner of the city, Leo and Daniel's hearth serves the warmest bread and pastries. It's a place built not on a billionaire's fortune, but on a foundation of friendship, proving that the richest connections are the ones we make with our hearts. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that warms the soul. See you next time.